This field was home to legends like Bellino and Staubach, the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, and home to the Midshipmen of Navy. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Navy Midshipmen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Bunch formation, trying to spring a guy free. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll run it from the gun. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Off he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Miami. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
7, Navy 0.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
First and 10.
First down for this offense. Now on the option. Fights off a defender. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. They're going to stay competitive, and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year. And it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
He'll pull it on the read. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it.
The ball squirts free. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it and avert the turnover.
The offense is able to avoid disaster right now.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide out in motion. On the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Gets away from one. He's got space. He's off to the races. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice game, this time on the ground.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Give him 6 on the play. They'll mark it at the 9.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great salesman. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, midshipman.
How about that way to start a game? They didn't even attempt to throw. They just ran it meticulously down the field, and that guy caps off a beautiful start to this game with a touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need... And the ball is free on the pitch. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that's fumbles in consecutive weeks. Coaches don't like that. They start to, you know what happens is the trust factor goes out the window. I don't want to run you as much because I can't trust you as much, especially in big spots. Got to hold on to that football.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. The freshman quarterback very fortunate for that one to fall incomplete.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a pick.
3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Here comes the option. Now the toss. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, Defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He wants to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. And the Canes want to crank the tempo.
That is a great example of the D-line playing with tremendous awareness. That player knew he was not going to get to the quarterback, wasn't going to sack him. So he slowed himself down, got under control, located the quarterback, and then got his big paws in the air to knock it away.
He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Looking to move it through the air. With the catch, it's Carr. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast. And you
got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Wants to go up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll give it on the counter. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. So now on comes the field goal unit. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the field goal caps off this 1st quarter.
The end of the 1st quarter with the score time 10-10.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fair catch called for and made. Start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll run the option. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Yeah, and a great job by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option.
Running game got stuffed on 1st down, still from their own 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to the left. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. At the 40, there he goes. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a 1st down for this offense.
And how about the third down run play? And this is an offense that they can do a lot of different things, so they make you guard the whole field, but you might want to start with that running back. And he makes the big play, gets the third down conversion, gets him a new set of downs.
You know, you got to be careful when you're running the draw play because you're hoping those defensive ends get way up the field, thinking it's pass. Didn't happen that time, and the defense was able to get a negative play.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Running back searching for a hole. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. They'll try to pick up the first. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
Now improvising.
Man, that's why these quarterbacks are just so hard to defend. It's a pass play. He drops back, first down. Got to play the whole field up, scrambles around, runs for a first down. New set of downs, new set of problems.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Navy will go back on the attack. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a...
And the ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Canes. How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Navy offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Goes to the option. Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
The option look. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
No gain on the play. Third down coming up.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Navy will have to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw it. He's going up top. Wide open. He makes the catch. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Sends it downfield. Hits him in stride inside the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. DB's right up on the receivers. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Caught the defense offside. That penalty obviously will be declined, and the touchdown stands. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Here's the handoff. At the 35, he's open. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that?
Just causing wreckage in the secondary. Just outstanding vision from the young freshman on that run.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. Couldn't stop the offense from picking up that 1st down on that run play.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And, guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. They'll give it to the back. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
with the run on 1st and goal. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Navy!
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep
the fake, and he wants to throw. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Is no good. That keeps the score. Miami 31.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's going to take off. Turns it on in midfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's got it. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms.
Get set.
Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Hurricanes will kick it away to start the second half. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
And I don't care if I do it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Bulls his way forward. He's finally brought down, but that freshman found some running room.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Toss sweep to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Navy will have to punt it away. And the returner is stopped. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And the entire playbook is wide open on 2nd and short like this. He's looking to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Smashes through. And he's finally forced out of bounds. Another first down, and he has just been running wild on this defense. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Going up top on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They'll run for it on 4th down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It definitely did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, they dial up a pass play there on 1st down. And how about the quarterback there? Buys time. He's outside. He's looking for people to get open on the scramble drill, but there's nothing happening. And just a really quick decision to decide to take off and go get another 1st down now. And they've got the defense on their heels.
That's a really good play by the defense, playing deep to shallow. My job is to stay as deep as the deepest. Make sure I don't get beat deep. If they throw it underneath, I go make a tackle and rally, but I can't give up those deep shots. Great job by the...
Lets it fly deep downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Man, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. I mean, you're playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws a pick.
The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. They go to the ground. Snowed under by the defense.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
They stop him just a link or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Hurricanes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. On the ground, it's Washington. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Miami 38, Navy 16.
First down to start the drive after the break. Trying to get the edge on the right. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the field.
They're just trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11.
At the 11-yard line. 3rd down coming.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
29 Philly.
They'll try the run. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Unlock.
Trying to slam in. Touchdown, Miami! And the route is on. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And the extra point was good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Navy will go back on the attack. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Finds his man enough for the first. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They're going back to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside.
And that's a live ball. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Trying to get behind the defense. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
After the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
This reminds me of the guy I used to play for in college down in Gainesville, the head ball coach. He used to like to do this. He would have big leads in the fourth quarter. He was still letting his QBs throw it deep down the field.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. You got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Navy offense. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
Just trucks through it. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account. and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll do it himself. Quick toss. He is stopped short on the line to gain. The fourth down try goes awry, and that might just do it.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And on fourth down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. When you know you have a team out of class, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better.